I have 25 island village seeds for Minecraft Java Edition for you today. And what better way to start off than just with a basic Plains Island village? This is pretty much what you expect to find when looking for island village seeds. As a reminder, seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition are a bit different despite parity, so you won't get villages on Bedrock Edition. The seeds in this video will only work on Java Edition. The village just generates on a small plains and beach island. It has a couple farms, a church, a library, and a blacksmith. There's some icebergs off in the distance and some scattered islands over on the edge of my render distance, but mostly just ocean in sight. Just a great basic Plains Island village. Cliff islands are always cool to find. This one is made up of frozen peaks, forest, and a tiny taiga biome, which also has a tiny village. There's only 3 houses, and with that they all generate on top of the cliffs. Nothing except for paths generate down in the water. I think this island looks pretty cool with it being partly frozen, and even cliffs on the other side look awesome. Pretty great cliff island seed. I typically just call seeds like this ocean village seeds. I mean, that's all it really is, just a village in the middle of an ocean. No real island or any land or anything. This village is pretty big with 22 buildings. That includes a blacksmith, a tannery, and a library. There's a frozen ocean nearby too. And check this out right here. Shipwrecks generating like this in icebergs is easily my favorite thing to happen in frozen oceans. So yeah, that's a pretty cool ocean village seed. Frozen ocean island villages just have a different vibe. Like, surviving out here in the cold just feels so different. And honestly, this island just looks really cool. There's even a shipwreck here. Maybe that's how the villagers got here in the first place. I don't know, man. I just think this looks pretty cool. I don't really know what to say about this seed. Before I figure out what to say about the seed, let me just say that today's comment of the day is to just give me a request for seeds you would like to see. I will feature your comment if I find the seed you'd like to see, so go ahead and let me know. It's like it wants to be just an ocean village, but then this thing wants to be a cliff island. So yeah, I don't really know what to really say aside from that. Just a weird Minecraft spawn location. And yeah, I just think this looks cool, so I figured I'd share it. I just want to show a basic Plains village island here. I mean, nothing too crazy, but I often show just crazy village seeds or like villages in the middle of the ocean, but I'm sure somebody just wants a seed with a Plains island with a village on it. So I guess this one's for you if that's what you're looking for. This Taiga village island has 3 blacksmith buildings. Most are probably most familiar with Plains Village Blacksmiths because that's the original, but this is what a Taiga blacksmith or weaponsmith building looks like. And this village happens to have 3 of them, and 2 of them are right next to each other. From my experience, Taiga blacksmiths generate with more frequency than other village variants, so I often find multiple in villages. Near this spawn island, there's an azalea tree, which means there are lush caves underground, and there's this island with an ocean ruin on it too, which looks pretty cool. But yeah, Taiga Island Village is really awesome. Having 3 blacksmiths makes it even better. This is a really cool Minecraft seed. We get this village that generates in a really small desert biome and stretches into the ocean, and in the jungle over here is a temple. Having 2 structures on an island is really cool, but that's not even my favorite part of this seed. This cave entrance in the middle of the island leads all the way down to a mine shaft. This cave is really cool, and having such easy access to a mine shaft is awesome too. A great place to explore for sure. And check this out, there's even a trial chamber underground too. There's even some lush cave in here too. Just one more place to check out around spawn. So that's just a really cool Minecraft island seed, especially that mineshaft cave. I think it's pretty cool that this island has 2 different biomes in such a small area. We've obviously got the taiga, which causes a taiga variant village, but there's a dark forest biome here too. Just makes this island a bit more unique, I guess. You may have also noticed a few azalea trees on the island, which means there's a 3rd wood type on the island. This one is right up against a building. Of course, that also means we have these lush caves underground. This just being a deep slate cave with the lush cave on the roof looks really cool. Having 2 biomes, a village, and 3 wood types on such a small island is just really cool. This seed is just really awesome. We get a pretty decently sized island here with a blacksmith village on it. That alone is just really cool. Adding in the fact that there's a shipwreck that looks like it crashed right onto the edge of the island is just incredible. And there's another full shipwreck right over here. And then there's this cave opening that goes all the way down to Deep Slate. I guess I'll say that if you're looking for some loot at spawn, this seed has plenty of structures to check out. A Minecraft island can't look much more cold than this one does. The snow, the ice spikes, the icebergs, the snowy village, the polar bears, all just very cold. I guess the only things that aren't really cold are the mushroom biomes over there. And obviously this lava pool here, which you may want to deal with early on if you don't want some of the village to burn down. Before I move down, I just want to say that I always like when pieces of village converge with icebergs like this. This is an interesting place to spawn into a Minecraft world. I mean, this being an abandoned village makes it a bit more rare than this just being a regular village island. And the terrain that this village generates around looks pretty cool. I don't even know really how to explain it. Kind of just like a hill and mini cliffs. The abandoned village buildings being all around this area just makes it feel really interesting. I mean, yeah, just a unique island village seed, I guess. I realized while making this video that Savanna village islands are the toughest to find for me. Well, I should say that standard looking islands like this are. When looking for cliff island, Savanna biomes seem fairly common. I'm assuming that's just due to something with how Minecraft biomes generate. But anyway, if you're looking for a Savanna village island, I found this one here for you. Some villagers have just been living out on this little island in the middle of the ocean. You can see that it was once covered in trees with this mini forest here, but it's been cleared out just to be mostly plains now. They've got a place of worship, somebody working as a mason, there's a stable. They just have their own little society out here on this isolated island. I found this pretty interesting island seed. It's clearly a desert island, but it also has a village on it and a desert temple too. Desert village islands are probably the type I look for least, but I do think this one is really awesome with the desert temple here, especially for the loot at the bottom. Now, obviously the easiest way to go about this is to just go to the mainland. That's about 500 and 900 blocks away in each direction. But if you want to limit yourself to just the island in the ocean, well, you can get dirt, crops, and the composter from the village farms already here. And there's an azalea tree northwest of the island that can be harvested too. Of course, you get these shipwrecks throughout the ocean you can check out too, and there's always kelp and fish too. And that's not even mentioning villager trading and whatnot. There are definitely plenty of ways to play on this seed. Regardless of what you choose to do, spawning on a desert temple in Village Island is pretty cool. Typically when I look for island village seeds, they look like this, or like this. But sometimes I'll find something like this. What's happening here is that a taiga meets a windswept forest, so it causes this crazy terrain. There's little pieces of beach and forest on the island too. I always like the look of floating islands like this, and the terrain being really tall and up towards the clouds is just awesome too. Of course, the village just makes it even better. We get these paths all the way up here and some on the floating islands. We get a building up here, and we even get two blacksmiths next to each other. This island isn't as isolated in the ocean like other islands I usually show. The mainland is right over there, and even a village too. But I do have my render distance all the way up at 32. So this island village seed is a little ridiculous, pretty crazy terrain, but it's definitely a really interesting place to spawn into a world at. I'll never get tired of finding Minecraft seeds like this. Out of all the types of seeds I look for, ocean villages have always been one of my favorites to find. I just think they look really cool, and spawning in a place like this is just awesome. This village has a blacksmith, church, library, some farms, a cartographer, and 2 tanneries. So there's already quite a few different villagers for trading. There's also a frozen ocean in Mushroom Island south of the village. So this is just a pretty awesome ocean village seed. I really like giant ruined portal villages, and putting it on an island makes it even better. With the size of this island, you have a lot of space for a base too. And I have to say, this village is pretty great too. Along with the ruined portal, the village has a church, 3 masons, a library, a cartographer, and a blacksmith. So lots of different villagers for trading already. Pretty great Minecraft seed. This looks really cool. Typically when I find little cliff islands, they aren't plains, so this is pretty interesting. The village in the ocean looks pretty cool, as does this floating terrain and whatever you call this. And I really like the little dark cave area things on the cliffs too. Just a really cool place to spawn into a world. I've got another ocean village seed here. Looking at this, I think taiga villages are probably my favorite ones that can generate in oceans like this. If the snowy villages didn't generate in frozen oceans, it'd probably be that, but the building variation in Taiga villages will have to do. We have 17 buildings in this village. In terms of just the number of buildings, that's a pretty big village. Stony shores and plains islands are something I'd feature in one of my survival island seeds videos. Adding in a village to it just gives it a bit extra flair. This farm sticking out here looks pretty cool. We get a library, we get a blacksmith. I like the look of plains and stone together. This is just a pretty great island village seed that feels a bit like a fishing village or something. Okay, so this seed just looks really cool. We get this Taiga ocean village generating in a frozen ocean. The clashing of icebergs with the village is just really awesome. The paths on the iceberg look really cool, but these buildings being in an iceberg is my favorite part. With night vision and spectator mode, we can see more of the inside of the iceberg. Making this village even better is this blacksmith building and this azalea tree. Not only do we get the different wood and leaves, but we get the lush caves. The mix of lush caves and deep slate looks really cool. I really like these natural pillars. I'll never get tired of finding lush caves like this, and I'll also never get tired of finding cool island villages like this. Finding Minecraft islands with two different structures is always fun, but it can be a bit time consuming. I'm also a bit of a perfectionist, so I look for really specific things when seed searching too, so that probably doesn't help with the time aspect. I think it's pretty cool that this island is divided between 4 biomes. We get the taiga, dark forest, beach, and an old growth birch forest. If you don't want all the trees to burn, you may want to deal with this lava pool pretty quickly. Of course, we also get this little village, just a small taiga village with only 5 buildings. And then there's the woodland mansion too. For some reason, I always like the look of these generating in water, and I always think it's pretty funny how they make village buildings look so small in comparison. I think everything that I just mentioned makes this a really cool Minecraft island. I found a Minecraft island with 3 villages on it. The island is a bit long, so it's a bit difficult for me to show it with a Java Edition render distance, but I can go on to Bedrock Edition with a higher render distance so we can see the full island and see it just has 1 village on this version. Even easier, here's a look at the map where we can see villages on the top, middle, and bottom of the island. The spawn is closest to the southernmost village. It's just a typical oceanside village with a shipwreck nearby. And then we can travel to the middle of the island where we have the second village. This one has a blacksmith and a mason, and this one is next to a shipwreck too. And finally, we can go over to the third village, which is at the northernmost point of the island. Again, another pretty typical looking oceanside village, though it does have 4 masons. There's a frozen ocean over there and a mushroom island over there. So yeah, that's a Minecraft village with 3 islands on, or the other way around, yeah, 3 villages on an island. What's one way to make a ruined portal village island even better? Well, make it a cliff island. I mean, this just looks incredible. I actually think the side where you can't see the ruined portal looks even cooler. This tall, flat section in the middle with the library building on top just looks awesome, and this part of the village in the water looks cool too. I really like how this mason generates. There's plenty of space on top of the island to build, and obviously the ruined portal and village are useful. This little ravine type area here looks kinda cool, and this cave opening goes down to deep slate. So that's a ruined portal village cliff island. Just really, really cool. And if you're looking for some really cool survival island seeds, check out my video with 100 of them on the left. Or check out the video that YouTube thinks you'll like on the right. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.